Hello everyone, Valdestott's voice here, and on today's video, I'm going to be continuing on with the My New Gig I Swore I'd Never Do series, and this is part 3. If you have not seen parts 1 and 2, I highly recommend doing so as it gives a background into why I am doing these videos to teach and give you information. Let's begin. Uber versus Uber Eats. Here's the reason. I needed a baseline to compare the data from food delivery and rideshare and used food delivery as a tear just to see if one was better than the other. I used two different cars because I didn't buy the rideshare vehicle one yet. It took over 3 weeks of looking to find my 2009 Honda Civic, which the other videos will let you know why. And finally, the final spreadsheet at this video, part 3, will only show 1 week of data per both, and at the very final part, maybe part 6, you will see the cumulative numbers over 3 weeks. And as you can see here, Uber versus Uber Eats' pay screenshots from my phone. The one on the left is Uber, the one on the right is Uber Eats. I did Uber on August 22nd through the August 29th work week, and I did Uber Eats on the August 8th versus the August 15th work week. Here's the analysis and the breakdown. So on the right, you're going to see Uber Eats using my Hyundai Kona, and on the left, you're going to see the Uber using the Honda Civic after I bought it. So there's going to be some issues that people are thinking, well, it's not the same week, and they're different cars, etc., etc. But that's not really the point of this breakdown. The breakdown is to show the pay per hour, pay per miles, and the pay per trip. So as you can see on the right, I worked 29.5 hours with 223 miles driven at 25 trips for food delivery, which paid $266.45. The pay per hour was $9.03, pay per mile was $1.19, and the pay per trip was $10.66. On the left, Uber, starting with on the week of August 22nd to the 29th, I worked 25.26 hours, 704 miles driven, 58 trips, and total pay of $532.49. That came up to $21.08 per hour, 76 cents per mile, and $9.18 per trip. What I learned in this was with Uber Eats, you literally drove less miles, got more tips, and less overall pay for the hours worked. But doing rideshare Uber, did more miles, got less tips, but overall was higher pay for the hours worked. So, oh boy, here are the top 2 answers of what I've learned between Uber Eats and Uber. So the pros for Uber Eats, and this is in my market because a commenter said in the last video that a lot of markets other than mine get to see more detailed trip information for Uber. In mine, I don't. So that's why I put in my market. So 1, the pros for Uber Eats. Way less miles and easier to control due to having full trip info. 2, less expenses due to less miles, so you don't have to spend as much on gas maintenance or depreciation on your car as it gets older with more miles. The cons in Uber Eats in my market: made way less money and I worked harder because obviously you have to find parking, waiting around for orders at restaurants, and the general running around, getting in and out of your car, running in and out of the restaurant, running in and out of your car to deliver the food. Cons with Uber Eats in my market, right, is also having to deal with not receiving food by deceptive customer issues. So that's a major con. Now, pros in my Uber market. In my market. So I made more money and worked less, never having to leave the vehicle. 2, driver had the ability to see or to be social, not alone like you're in food delivery. Okay, so I could talk to my riders, right? Whereas in food delivery, you're alone all the time. Cons, Uber in my market. Less trip info, which only shows rider pickup and rider rating, no pay or drop-off location shown. Again, my market. 2, potential for danger from riders in your car. Dash cams are recommended, and of course constant cleaning your car because of potential messy riders in the back, right? So, is it worth doing rideshare? From my perspective, this is only from my perspective, and I'm going to say it always depends on your market, but I am in a smaller city and it is safer, quote unquote, safer in my market. A lot more friendlier people. I've been doing this a total of 3 weeks now, and I've never had a problem with a rider, except for a couple where I put down did not want to, ride with them again as, a comment, because I told them not to eat back there. They ate anyway, so I had to clean the car. So I also bought a used car solely for ride sharing, so mileage is not a primary concern of mine. It pays more than food delivery, although they tend to tip you yet less. Yes, you got that right. Locals typically don't tip, but the out-of-towners, from my experience, do. Cash tips and within the app. It also pays more than food delivery, right? So that's a very, very good thing. I don't have to run around and wait at restaurants anymore, but also being less active is not really a good thing. I've noticed at my age, if I don't get out of the vehicle and stretch from time to time, my rear gets sore and my legs cramp up. Also, I'm a social person, so talking with riders gives me some more information than just living in my own little bubble here where I'm at. Will I stick with it? Well, as I said before in part 2, I did do 2 more weeks on a different app, and we'll share my thoughts and results on that app on the next video. So, end of the line here for part 3. So far, so good. I do like it, and we will see where it leads pay-wise on the next video on the other app. So if this was informative, please like and share and subscribe. It really helps me keep putting out these videos for you. Take care, everyone, and have a great day.